So I've written down some of the better quotes that I've read on social media. I think we should go through them together. TH2 is undeserving of this. Mediocre teams shouldn't get title shots. TH2 is an low-tier team. This is an obvious loss for TH2. Your camera is fuzzy. We'll show you how to be top guys. Totally could beat you right now. TH2 will never be a mainstream tag team, just indie guys. It's obvious that the wrestling world needs just a little bit of a history lesson, so please, allow me to retort. Now, what I'm about to say isn't begging for the acceptance of the AEW fans nor locker room, but we want you to know how you have behaved towards us and how we have treated you. I will begin, as is right, with my father of American Lucha Blitzkrieg. When he first started, you were mere indie peasants, scraping by his opening matches, and you could barely defend yourselves in the ring. Under him, you began developing your own style and improving your technique. And he took you from jokes to main eventing for those whom you used to beg to for jobs. He conquered most of California, allowing APW and Martine to give indie wrestlers steady work. The mainstream wrestlers from the mainstream promotions, they used to terrify you. Well, you are them now. Teams like Mexico's Most Wanted, who used to bully you, have been ever so humbled, myself playing my own small part in the war, that promoters no longer make fun of, but now look to sign us for worthy competition. My father of American Lucha went to Atlanta and put their house in order, giving promoters worldwide the confidence to sign American independent talent, an honor not for himself, but for all of independent wrestling. That is what my father of American Lucha Blitzkrieg did for you. Great enough on its own, but small compared to what you have received from us. I crossed the Canadian border even though back then the Heart still commanded Stampede. When Dragon Gate didn't use foreign wrestlers, I challenged and defeated Japanese legends Genki Horiguchi, Ryo Saito, and Dragon Kid, opening up opportunities for countless other wrestlers, including many of your favorites today. I took Kobe, Hokkaido, and Tokyo by siege. The rest of Japan surrendered willingly, and now the future of Puroresu belongs to you. The Chinese style of wrestling, which I won without a fight, is yours. South Africa, Wales, Ireland, Scotland, England, all taken by Angelico, now I'll look to you as the standard of pro wrestling. You're no longer jobbers and jokes, but millionaires, main eventers, and locker room leaders. And what have we kept back for ourselves? Nothing! And no fan can point to mistreatment from us, only misplaced trust that we have placed into them. How could we mistreat you anyway? We eat what you eat. We get as much rest as you do. Many a nights we have spent driving to an event as you slept soundly in the back seat. Whom amongst you believes that they have worked harder for us than we have for them? Come on, if you got stories, tell them. If you got scars, show them, and we'll show you ours. There isn't a single part of our body that does not bear a wound. Our bodies are covered in scars from everything you can think of. Guardrails, barbed wire, light tubes, slams, surgeries, and all for your entertainment, your glory, and your wealth. And yet here we are, still looking to prove ourselves to you, not even deemed worthy of a title match. We've been to many of your weddings. Many of you personally know my wife and children. In desperate times, I've PayPal'd you money without the expectation of reimbursement. We've snuck you into backstage parties so you could eat and drink with your favorite wrestlers, many of whom now wear championship gold, badges of honor given to them by us. When I first started, it was deemed that me being a long-term impact on wrestling was highly unlikely. Flash forward 20 years and everyone wrestles exactly freaking like me. But now that we have signed to AEW, you say that we are broken and crippled and that we have grown old. You don't welcome us as heroes. You wish to jeer us and cheer the very wrestlers which we created. Well, since you all wish to log into your social media and go against us, go and tell Twitter and Reddit how TH2, those whom conquered JAPW and PWG, those who marched across the Indies, crossed the southern border, and now rule Lucha Libre from Baja California to the Gulf of Mexico, those whom
opened up Costa Rica and now allow wrestlers to showcase their talents in paradise. Even AAA, the first foreigners to win titles there since the mysterious king himself. We would have taken Guatemala and Brazil too if the promoters hadn't cowered in fear. So when you log in, you tell them how you abandoned us. Maybe this tale will be deemed worthy in the eyes of social media. But when we rip the AEW tag titles from the bloody hands of FTR, none of you will share in the glory. None of you can call yourselves our fans. The TH2 bandwagon has already left, and none of you are on it. Now be gone!